So we just got back from our favorite nursery, got a couple more big apple trees to go into the food forest, and got a bunch more dirt to help amend our soil. So because our soil is mostly sand, what we like to do is get a bunch of good dirt and we'll do raised beds with them. And then we'll also add compost and stuff around our plants and our trees just to help continue to amend the soil. We'll mulch on top and that'll keep going and just make everything better. And of course the hound dog loves helping us. He's such a good help. And Joanne at our favorite nursery is so awesome too. She got us these two Malice Fireside because we had some other apple trees that are still just sticks and they keep getting broken in the wind and the snow. So we were going to replace them and kind of put those two into a little special garden so they could grow up to be a bit bigger, and then we'll move them back to some other spots where we want them. But this one already has apples growing on it. And it's so great to see. I think the other one, yeah, the other one does too. So that is so cool. Can't wait to get these in the ground. In our mail call we did the other night, we mentioned we also got some seeds from Honey Badger's homestead. One of those packets include red scarlet runner beans and some burgundy beans. So we want to get those planted here. We got to get this kind of dug out or get this grass covered up, get some soil in here, and then get these planted so they can get climbing up the trellis that we've got here. You can see this little guy here. He's one of the ones we ordered online. They send them bare root as basically a stick, and you plant them, and they're supposed to do better than nursery apples. However, the problem is because we continue to get the 5 feet of snow every year, that snow will usually break branches and that unless you cover them up. So it's a lot of care to look after these till they get bigger. So what we are going to do is we have another one like this. We're going to pull these two out. Again, we're going to put them in their own little special garden so we can look after them better, get them growing faster, cover them up during the winter, and then we'll replace these two with the big two that are in the trailer. So Bridget's working on the spiral garden here. We're going to add more soil to it. We're putting down some cardboard. That'll help prevent the grass from coming up through. We'll get that all soaking wet and then cover it with the dirt. We'll put a couple layers of cardboard on top, and that'll help, again, everything coming up through. But you can see here the lupins and the wildflowers, the daylilies. We got the rhubarb popping up at the back there. We let it go to seed this year because it's only about 2 years old. So instead of just harvesting it, we let it go to seed, and then next year we'll probably start harvesting it. So I'm gonna go grab the tractor, because what we like to do is actually put the post hole digger on the back, and then we can use the post hole digger to basically start the holes for these trees. With these ones we'll have to make it a bit wider, but with most of the bushes and flowers we get, we can kind of fill the hole back in a bit and then just drop them in. It's perfect. So the way I like to store my post hole digger is actually in a hole that I dug with the post hole digger. That keeps it standing upright and allows me to back up to it, just lift the ends up and put them on. It makes it so much easier than having it lay down on its side in the garage or on a skid or something like that. I know you can also buy stands for post hole diggers, but I find this way just as easy. So we had this other bush here that needs to go into a hole. We picked it up last time we were down at the nursery and totally forgot to get it planted. So it's still okay, but it's time to get it in. And you can see from the hole I just dug how much sand we have. It's basically all the way down. So anything we can do to amend the soil and make it better by adding more organic material, compost, mulch on top, it just makes a huge difference. We've got some of our compost that we've been composting for a couple years, so I'm going to add it into the hole as well, just to help give some nutrients to the plant. So there we go, we got that one in. That'll look so much nicer in this spot. You know, having a big tree here instead of that little stick. That's just so much nicer, isn't it? I like that. And then I put the other one, it's kind of here, over on the far side there, in this food forest. We'll get it covered up. I was thinking to put it in the raised bed garden, but this is going to be fine. I added a bunch of compost and a bunch of new topsoil for him too. So we'll just make sure he stays covered up for the winter each year, and that'll help protect him. So now we just got to find a spot for our other one. Now the thing is, there is tons of space here to put trees everywhere. However, we do want to keep some of these kind of paths open. Between the swing set and the garden there. You know, we want the trampoline to stay. We want this area to stay clear because for the wedding, we're going to put the tents and stuff here. I also use this for any large trucks that come in. They can actually turn around here too. For a trailer, we can park cars there if we need to. So it's kind of like finding a spot that doesn't interfere with anything, but it's still close to the rest of everything, kind of fits in, you know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. And then the other thing is too, is we don't want it too close to our fire pit, because, you know, you don't want to burn the tips off your trees and that sort of thing. So let's look around. So we actually just walked around the house for about 20 minutes. I'm leaving it off the video because we went around. It's like, how about here? No, but how about here? No, but. So it's like, you know, we had picked out so many different spots, like even over beside the greenhouse and that kind of stuff, and just wasn't feeling right. So we decided we're gonna go right here, right on this black mark right here. I usually bring the tractor in through here, but you know what? We can get around over there. We can get around over here. So it's going to be fine. And that way we figure too, this food forest can actually become, you know, an actual forest. We'll just keep expanding, make it bigger and bigger and bigger, right? Let's do this. Even though sand is kind of horrible to grow in, it makes it very easy to dig in. All right, guys, there we go. We got that one in. So I'm gonna go help Bridget get some more of the circular garden done. And we'll see you guys later. Thanks so much for joining us. I'll talk to you soon. Love ya.